chemistry class. I hope you are all doing good in this new year 2021. First, I want to wish you all a very blessed, happy new year. You are all enjoyed your holidays? Yeah, right? We got new dress. We used crackers to celebrate Christmas. We went to church. We have visited many places and now we are back to our studies. In holidays, how many of you have opened your book? How many of you have gone through your book? I really appreciate those who have gone through your book. Now, we have announced about the term 1 examination. For that, a revision schedule has been given. We are going to have revision for our term 1 examination. After term 1 examination, we can continue with our syllabus. So, now what we are going to do is, we are going to have revision. Before that, it is a new year. It is our first class. I request all of you to pray to your God. Just a few seconds, close your eyes and pray to your God that God should lead us with good health and all the blessing throughout this year. Shall we? Yeah. Okay, good. Now, can you remember what is our first unit? What is our first unit? What we have learned about? In the first unit, we are learning about matter. What is a matter? Can you remember what is a matter? As we all know, we are learning from grade 6. Matter is something has mass and occupies some space or called matter. We know the 3 states of matter. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. These are the 3 states of matter. Before entering into these 3 states, we have learned about a theory called kinetic molecular theory of matter. What does this say? It says that matter is composed of tiny particles. These tiny particles move within that matter and they are separated by a definite distance. This you can understand by seeing this picture. Consider, this is a piece of wood, table, chalk or anything. It has tiny particles. Kinetic molecular theory of matter states that you take a matter, it has tiny particles. These particles are in motion. It will move within this matter and they are separated by some distance. The 2 tiny particles are separated by a particular distance. Then this theory has some pathways. Pathways means outcomes of this theory. What are the outcomes of this theory? Yeah. As I said already, it is composed of tiny particles. The tiny particles are called atoms or molecules. These particles are called atoms or molecules. What is the difference between atoms or molecule? Molecule, when you consider the molecule, it can stand independently. Consider hydrogen molecule. It can stand without the help of other atom or molecule. But when you consider atom, sometimes it can stand independently or it requires the help of the other atom to be combined. Then the second postulate is the particles, these tiny particles move within the matter. Then the next one is, as it moves, it has some energy called kinetic energy. Then when it is moving, it will collide with each other. These particles, when it is moving, sometimes this particle will come and collide with this. That collision is called interparticle collision. These are the some past weeks on kinetic molecular theory. So now you are clear about kinetic molecular theory. Next is the three states of matter. Can you find the three states? What is this? Solid, it is liquid, it is a gas. When you consider this, the force of attraction increases in this way and the space between the particle increases in this way. This is nothing but force and it is space. When you consider the solid, the particles, the tiny particles are tightly arranged. So the space between these particles is very less. So here it is less, it is increasing like this. When you consider this liquid, the space is greater than this and less than this. When you consider this gas, the space is more. So space increases like this. Force of attraction, interparticular force of attraction. The force is high here, right? Due to the high force, all the particles are tightly packed. Then when you consider liquid, it is less than, the force is less than this solid. Next, when you consider gas, the force is very less, so that the particles are loosely packed. So, got clear idea about the solid, liquid and gas, the three states of matter. Then the three properties of matter are size, shape and the density. Next is change of states of matter due to some properties. That is, first we are going to see change of state of matter due to heat. We all know there are three states of matter. They are solid, liquid and gas. How this changes occurs within these three states when you apply heat, that we are going to see. Some terms are there for this. Before that, consider solid. For example, you are taking ice piece. It is a solid. Just take the ice piece out of the freezer. What happens? Inside the freezer, the temperature is low. When you keep it in room temperature, that is when you keep it in a bowl in the table, what happens? It will change into liquid. When the solid changes to liquid, it is called, what it is called? Yeah, very good. Melting. So what is melting? The process of changing solid to liquid by applying heat is called melting. Now you have got this liquid. When you apply some more heat, that is, now you have some water, keep it in the stove and apply heat. When you heat it, what happens? The vapors come out of that. When it is reaching a particular temperature, when you keep it in the stove, at once the vapors will not come, right? When it reaches a particular temperature called its boiling point, when the liquid starts boiling at a particular temperature called its boiling point, it will turn into gas. It is called vaporization. So, what is vaporization? Changing liquid to gas is called vaporization by applying heat. Then, now you have obtained this gas. Whether you can get solid from gas. Whether it is possible. By decreasing the temperature. You take a gas and by decreasing the temperature, you can get this solid. It is called deposition. So what is deposition? Changing gas to solid by decreasing the heat is called deposition. Now, whether it is come in reverse, whether it is possible to get solid from liquid? Yeah, by freezing you can get solid from liquid. Take a liquid, keep it in the freezer, you get solid. So changing liquid to solid by decreasing the heat is called freezing. Then gas to liquid, whether it is possible? Yeah, you can get this liquid from gas by condensation. Then whether gas is possible from solid? Possible by sublimation, by increasing the temperature. So in this, here you have to decrease the temperature, here you have to decrease the temperature, then condensation you have to decrease the temperature, other everything by increasing the temperature you can get the three states of matter. So by increasing or decreasing, the heat can play a role in change in the states of matter. Understand about changing the states of matter using heat, solid to liquid using melting, liquid to gas using vaporization, gas to liquid using deposition. Then here solid to gas using sublimation, gas to liquid using condensation, liquid to solid using freezing. So the next one, shall we move on to the next one? The next one is change of states of matter due to pressure. How pressure affects the three states of matter. Consider a stone. Can you press that? Can you press a thick piece of rock? So pressure cannot be applied to solids, but when you consider liquid and gas, it can be compressed. How you can compress liquid to gas or gas to liquid? We can take an example, that is liquid petroleum gas and CNG, compressed natural gas. Where we use this liquid petroleum gas? In kitchen. For cooking we use this LPG. And what is the application of this CNG? The CNG can be used in automobiles. In olden days we have used petrol, diesel for fuel in automobiles. Nowadays we can use this compressed natural gas as fuel. This liquid petroleum gas or this compressed natural gas, this occurs in which form? We have seen a cylinder like this, right? A cylinder will be like this in our home. This is nothing but LPG cylinder. Whether you know, this LPG cylinder has the content of this cylinder in liquid form or gaseous form. When you open the lid of this cylinder, the gas comes out and we cook. This we receive in gaseous state, right? But actually this LPG cylinder has liquid within this. Can you accept? Yeah. This LPG cylinder has liquid, that is compressed gas. When you compress the gas with high pressure, it can be changed into liquid. But when you release that pressure, when you open the lid, the pressure is released, and when it is coming out, it is again going back to its gaseous state. So by applying pressure, this liquid gas can be compressed as liquid, and when you release the pressure, it is again going back into gaseous state. So this pressure cannot be applied to solid state, but it can be applied to liquid to gas, and when you increase the pressure, this gas is changed into liquid. It is called liquefaction. And when you again release the pressure, that is decrease the pressure, it is again changing into gas. Understand about the role of pressure in changing the states of matter. Then the last heading is law of conservation of mass. It states that the matter can be neither created nor destroyed. That is, we cannot create the matter and we cannot destroy the matter. In other words, we can say the mass of the reactants equal to the mass of the products. For example, here you see sodium hydroxide and copper sulfate. They both are reacting and we are getting a product. See, how many sodium are here? 2. Here Na2. How many oxygen is here? 1. Here 4. 5 oxygen. Sorry, here 2. This 2 oxygen. Here 4. Here you see 2, 4. So, when you consider any chemical or physical change, the mass of the reactants will be equal to the mass of the product. That is law of conservation of mass. The matter can be neither created nor destroyed. In some cases, you think you are having a paper or you are having a dried wood. You are burning that. When you calculate the mass of the wood before burning, consider it was some 3 kg. Now you are burning that. After burning, what you will get? When you take a wood piece of paper, after burning, what we will get? We will get ash, right? Ash, when you consider that ash, it may be say 1.5 kg. Ash will not weigh same as to this wood, right? But the law of conservation of mass holds true for this? Yes. What we have to do is, when you calculate this mass of this, consider this is reactant and this is products. When you consider the mass of this product, you have to consider the gas evolved. That is, while you burn this wood, some smoke went and mixed with air, right? That is also the product. So, when you consider this reaction, wood or burning, when you burn this wood, you get ash. When you consider the product, you have to add the mass of the smoke. Smoke or the gas evolved, everything you have to add. Only then you will get the correct mass. Now you can get, when you add the mass of the smoke, you can get 3 kg. So, whatever may be the change, whatever may be the reaction, the law of conservation of mass states that the mass of the product before the change or the mass of the reactants equal to the mass of the product. So, you are very clear about the unit 1, right? What we have learned, what's the matter? Kinetic molecular theory of matter, 3 states of matter, 3 properties of matter, then change of matter due to heat, change of states of matter due to pressure, finally this law of conservation of mass. In the next class, you can go for revising unit 2. After revising, you will be having the test. For the test, don't expect purely the book back questions. You have to read the whole book till the test portion already you have received. It is updated in the group. Just go through that. You have to read the book from first line to last line and have to get ready for the test. Okay. After watching the video, you have to read the book. Only if you read the book, you can get clear idea and you can remember things what you have learned in past classes. Get ready for the next class. We can meet in the next class. Thank you, students.